Ooh, I got a somber starting screen this time, huh? Anyway, I don't know. Primal Lord available in 4 days or so. That's interesting. Otherwise, I don't think a lot of things are going on right now. Though we just started a new week, so that's fun.
Not bad at all.
Also, I have been planning to start building the twins soon, but with a new Hypergeum coming out soon, I'm like just saving up some of my resources for now. Just in case she turns out to be a must-have, although so far it sounds like she's mainly for PvP, and I think I probably will be going for the twins anyway. But since I don't have that much to build them with yet, then I may as well wait until I have a bit more. And Primal Lord resources. To think I'm still in champion even though I can't keep myself up above this defensive match line. I wonder if they even tried to like fight me. Doesn't seem like it. Strange. Oh, yes. Oh, and Soren is ready for an upgrade now.
There! Alright, there's progress.
Now I only need 20 more copies of him to unlock his enhanced force. It'll be interesting to see how good he becomes with the new upgrade. Anyway.
Primary command. Protect.
With this sword, you
Volka's
shall
banner
be
is
purged.
almost over as well.
Don't worry. My flames will never hurt you.
Battle drills. I think I'll deal with this later. And I could do these.
Everyone must pay.
Ah, a familiar battlefield.
Great materials are everywhere.
You'll get what's coming to you!
The experiment was a total success. The experiment was a total success.
Oh, did I lose my hourglass? That's sad. Maybe I'll go like this for a while. That doesn't feel random at all. If I'm doing that, I think darker hair would look better. There we go. That doesn't really work that well with Mikola though. With the Mikola hat. I think it's fine. Mikola just goes well with everything. Anyway, I find myself in the Ashen Wastes with Larson accompanying me because why not? Honestly, I was mostly looking for side quests, but also some side quests to finish to get some more diamonds. But also I heard there were like a conversation in the Ashen Waste. I don't remember which one I was looking for though. I don't think it was this. Oh, hello, Satrana. Speaking of my bone necklace, curious about my necklace, the bone one? Look how pretty it is. These animal fangs had a luster of pearls and the color of fire. Ah, you might not know. Besides this huge prism ignis, these Catherine beads can boost the wearer's confidence. It's also a symbol of wisdom and joy. You wear this necklace every day. Do I? I guess it's become a habit. This necklace was a gift from a very special friend. We were separated for a long time. Whenever I think of her, struggle to make a decision, or feel afraid, I touch this necklace. You afraid? I used to be very different. If not for her, I might have rotted away in the damp and dark memories of the past. Back then, I was fed up with all the beatings and abuse, the tiny filthy bed, the rotten food. I was tired of being bullied by other laborers. There's nothing good about There's nothing good about that part of my past. I'm so grateful that Soren and you brought back this necklace for me. That's pretty much it. Oh, that's right. Apparently Satrana used to be a slave. Do you miss your friend? My friend? She's a valiant warrior. She said, "We all face darkness, but anyone can be a brave warrior as long as her heart is filled with the will to fight." After saying that, she took off this necklace and gave it to me. Her words still give me strength to this day. That's nice. Let's see what Soren has to say. Soren, take a seat. You walked all day. Your body needs some rest. No need. Why? You guys have too much to talk about every time we take a break. I get a headache. Pretty sure that was not the one I was looking for. Oh, no, that's just the same one. Really? I don't know other heart-to-hearts than these two in the Ashen Ways. Oh, maybe this one. Well, these are new at least. Hello, Elsa. When I was little, the desert seemed so vast and boundless. I thought I would run to my death without reaching the edge. I used to stare at the end of the desert, waiting for Pops to come home, because he always brought food with him. Now it's the children of Uru waiting for my return. Magister, if Shippy left you one day, would you miss Shippy? Sure. Shippy would go look for you, no matter how far away you were. That's a knight's pledge. Ask for the secret of barbecue. Oh my god. please teach me how to grill meat, Soren? How's the meat coming along? Is it ready yet? Getting there. It already smells amazing. Hey, Chippy don't think the mashed dessert can wait much longer. I'll be patient until it's done. Now it's ready. This is so tasty. What's your secret? I used to think all grilled meat tasted the same until one day Soren was sick and Pop broke the grill. Any special techniques? I thought there was some secret kind of technique he did, but now I know different. Different meats need different heat levels, and it's hard to explain the delicate balance. But you can't rely solely on the smell when the outside's done. It takes practice to know if it's grilled all the way through. How can you tell? You know it's ready to eat when you hear that sizzle as the fat cooks out. Plus, everyone's got their own preferences when it comes to meat, so we got to fine-tune the heat accordingly. Shippy didn't know Soren was this thoughtful. Yeah, that's probably not correct for Soren's voice. And I just looked at his page to upgrade him.
Huh? Who's there? Yes. I'll surely...
Yeah, have some.
For me? Thank you. Ah, many thanks. I'll cherish this dearly. For me? Thank you. For me?
Yeah, have some
Thank
stuff
you.
I just picked up from the ground nearby. You're welcome. It's rumored that Soren's main reason for choosing a wooden stick is because it's cheap, easy to replace, and easy to obtain. Unlike most abandoned children, Soren knows his parents and the clan he comes from, but he's never once thought of returning. Can't say Soren doesn't like to talk to people anymore. Pay attention to his ears. Usually, one shake means, I heard you, and two shakes means, huh? Soren actually really likes honey, but for some reason, he never wants to admit it.
For me? Thank you.
Soren is extremely nimble. He and Elsa once raced to the foot of a mountain from the top. Soren won, even with Elsa curling into a ball halfway through. Alright, that was not the one I was looking for either. Maybe there's really nothing. I think I already checked that one. I'm not looking for physical items. Ah, got it. You're looking for some information, right? No problem. Who did you want info on? Give me a name, and I'll name the price. Is he really that straightforward? The Buckthorn Caravans bandits. You want info on that? Just letting you know, that won't come cheap. It will cost this much. 3,000 gold? That's so much. Hey, good intel is priceless. And looking at you, handling all those big bounties, you should be swimming in cash. And if that's too much for you all at once, I'm willing to let you pay in installations. And I only charge 40% interest. That's super fair, right? Let's think a bit more long term. You mean you want me as your regular informant? I don't know who's backing you, but this offer is quite tempting. You're the first person I met in this town to play it so straight. In that case, I won't waste any more of your time. Let me tell you, I dealt with them before, but I had no idea where their camp is located. Though, judging by their moves, they're likely by the southeast of town. By the way, they got a few guys posing as merchants at the at the horse ranch to each. Oh my god. They got a few guys posing as merchants at the horse ranch to the east. Those guys are in charge of recruiting. You could head over and feel them out if you're feeling brave, but don't blow your cover. I need you alive to return with my reward. Magister, do you really think we can trust what he said? It does seem a bit suspicious how quickly he agreed. Whatever the case, let's check out the merchants at the ranch first. Looking for a horse? The boss is over there. Whatever you want, you got the wrong guy. Good sir, we're just walking around. We're interested in talking to people nearby about this town. You want to talk to me? Well, I'm new to Alkali, so I don't know a ball. Shoo, stop bugging me. What odd behavior. I bet he's hiding something. Guess Kirill was telling the truth. Magister, we can't let down our guards and blow our cover. Are you done whispering? Go on, shoo. You know the Buckturn caravan? You heard about any bandits lately? The path of destiny splits there. Choose carefully. The ones with the bounties plastered all over town? Ha, everyone knows them. So, you're a bounty hunter? You're looking for intel on them too? Pretty much. You're in luck, kiddo. You found me, the only witness to that whole situation. You saw the robbery happen? That's right. I was nearby hauling goods and caught sight of the bandits heading towards... Where was it? Oh, right. North of the Crimson Highlands. None of them saw you? I ran into a sandstorm. You know how it is up there. When those storms show up, you're blind as a bat. Then how did he manage to see those bandits? What? Are you adopting me? Ah, no, of course not. We'll go follow the lead you gave us. Thank you. That guy's info doesn't seem to match what Kyle told us at all. And his story was all over the place. Shippy thinks that guy was a total scammer. Let's follow Kyril's word. Let's go to talk to that merchant at that inn in the outskirts first. Why do I keep running into scammers? Need something? Or are you just looking to buy a drink for a pretty girl like me? I like to hear what happened. But I really can't repay you. Are you sure you're okay with that? Don't worry. They also swindled the Buckturn caravan, so we'll be paid by that bounty. What? I can't believe they even robbed a caravan. That's outrageous. Alright, what do you want to know? I'll tell you everything. How did they deceive you? I sold them some goods and they didn't pay up. They reneged on our deal. What did you sell them? Some simple weapons, like daggers, arrows, smoke bombs. Those weapons are more for self-defense. Do bandits really need those? No idea, but the guy I traded with didn't seem like a bandit. If his underlings hadn't said what they said, I wouldn't have even have guessed they were bad guys. What did they say? I remember them blaming the quicksand claws for some theft and saying something about the most dangerous place is also the safest. Though I'm not sure what that last part means. Perhaps they were talking about their camp's location. The most dangerous place? Maybe they mean the quicksand claw camp. Come to think of it, the quicksand claw camp is to the southeast of Alkali. It matches Carol's intel. Could bandits be hiding nearby? Either way, thanks for the info, miss. We checked all 3 places. We can confirm that the bandits' camp is southeast of Alkali. Let's head back and tell Silverbeak about our findings. Silverbeak. It's kinda hot, not gonna lie. Anyway, I'd say, besides myself, you're the most well-known here. How did everything go? Don't tell me you're somehow messed up and now need my help. No way! The Magister was amazing as always. Something as simple as getting intel wouldn't get her down. So, here's what we found out. Southeast of Alkali, near the Quicksand Claw camp. Well done. That's even more detailed than I expected. And you even got Kyril on board as your informant. As our informant. I never knew that guy could be so cooperative. I guess money talks. Getting the same info from 2 different sources confirms its accuracy. I gotta admit, you're getting good at this. By the way, have you guys seen Wildclaw and Greyhorn? They left a little bit after you guys did. Hang on. Wildclaw's so responsible, there's no way he would be back by now. Maybe they ran into trouble? That's very possible. According to you, the merchant at the stable was an accomplice of the bandits. Oh no, I bet Wildclaw and Greyhorn blew their cover. Go check on them and see if they're okay. Spit it out. What did you overhear? We will never talk, even if you break our legs. You cocky little. You're gonna regret being that stubborn. I'll teach you a lesson. Oh no, they're being caught. Let's go save them.
Let's brighten up the battlefield.
Check out my latest. Let's team up and do this.
Nice.
Check out my. Let's team up and do this.
Let's brighten up the battlefield. Victory gleams like the sunlight.
My leg. They seem pretty banged up. Let's check how they're doing. These rascals are merciless. Thanks for coming to get us. I really thought we were done for. No problem. Anyone gonna notice me? anyone gonna notice me? I feel like I'm hurting all over. Is it that serious? I guess I should take Greyhound back to the base first. See you in a bit. Silverbeak, how are they doing? Greyhound's wounds looked really bad. Shipper was so worried. They'll be fine. A few days rest and they'll be back to their normal, cheerful selves. But the intel they brought back, I could instantly tell it was bogus. You did a way better job, newbie. Once they're both better, I'll give them a proper lesson on gathering intel so they don't embarrass us again. Anyways, you mastered the art of gathering intel. As expected. I'll come up with a plan based on your intel. Once those two have recovered, we'll proceed to the next step. But for now, why don't you go rest for a bit? Quest complete. Intel gathering. Choice 1. Be cautious. You discover the approximate location of the bandits' camp during the intel gathering training. To mitigate risks, always err on the side of caution. A new artifact. Light Force spell. Blesses the rearmost ally when a battle starts, lasting for 15 seconds. The blessed ally becomes unaffected and gains 24% increased attack and 12% life drain. Upon assisting or defeating one enemy, they will gain extra stat boost of equal amount and extend the blessing duration by 25 seconds. Interesting. I know. So adding the Lucky Flip feature that offers abundant weekly rewards. With this update, weekly quests for Arena and Honor Duel will be removed, as the rewards will be included in Lucky Flip. Any rewards from completed quests this week will be sent to you after the update. Adding options to adjust gaze direction and give a thumbs up in Footaboot, along with several new poses. Adding level 2 enhanced force for Soren and Atalanta. Adding new reputation quests for White Ridge Grey Bones. That will be interesting. Adding a new fishing side quest, Night of Fishing. Completing this quest will uncover clues about the Fish King of the seasonal area. Ooh. Adding a replay feature that lets you rewatch certain story scenes. Oh, that's nice. I've been wanting that for a while. Assuming it's how much, well, I don't know exactly how much it lets you rewatch, but it will be nice anyway. If that means you can watch cinematics again. Adding Tassie and Lucas Soul Seagulls to the seasonal store. Yeah, I don't need either of those, but that would be nice. For at least on my other accounts, then I will want to get Tassie to Paragon eventually. Once the hero reaches Paragon 4, any excess soul sigils for the hero can be recycled into spirit stones, which can be used to redeem items in the spirit store. Heroes at Paragon 4 and with 25 exclusive equipment can unlock the Winged Crown, granting a special portrait border style. Purely cosmetic, no stat bonuses. Oh no. Now I'll want to max out heroes just to get a fancy border for them. Anyway, this doesn't sound too interesting, so...
No need to cheer.
Forest wisdom.
I'm so tired.
Oh yes, I also got
Snow?
a copy of
I don't
Carolina
even
from
have a
the
way
All
to
Heroes
melt it.
recruitment recently, so and now I need to get only one more from the tavern or something, and then I can use this chest to get her through M+. So that will be nice. Anyway, that wasn't really the quest that I was planning to do today. Just a bit of a warm-up, you could say. I was really doing one of the Ludovic ones. The Mage and the Adventurer at the Everstill Manor. There are many old items in Ludovic's collection at Everstill Manor. Some meaningful things may appear from time to time. There seems to be a book on the ground. Does it belong to Ludovic? The Mage and the Adventurer. Once upon a time, there was a little adventurer who aspired to explore the entirety of Vesperia on foot. However, fear held her back, as she was intimidated by the howling winds and biting cold. Meanwhile, there was a great mage well versed in all the spells of the world. He had a great sense of humor and a charming personality. On a dark, starless night, the great mage knocked on the little adventurer's door. "I'll keep you safe," the mage promised. "I'll use magic to dispel all evil and clear every obstacle so you can have a joyful and safe journey." "Really? That's very kind of you, sir, but I'm so small that I can't even reach your shoulders. What can I do to repay your kindness?" the little adventurer asked sheepishly. "The scenery we share along the way will be enough," the mage replied with a hearty laugh. Just like that, the great mage and the little adventurer embarked on a journey. Together. They would travel to many places and admire the beauty of Vesperia. All they needed to do for an epic adventure was to take that very first step. To my dear little Callie, you are the purest snowflake in the world. It's dedicated to little Callie. Is she one of Ludovic's relatives? Let's go ask him. Honestly, it makes me wonder if it's a nickname for Carolina, but then she is supposed to be the mage, so maybe not. Hello, Ludovic. Oh. This manor hasn't changed at all. Greetings, what can I do for you all? Hello, Ludovic. We found a storybook in the corner of the manor. Is it yours? Ah, The Mage and the Adventurer. Yes, this book is a part of my collection. It originally belonged to the Radino family. That name sounds familiar. Why is it in your collection? Because of its significance. I had a close personal relationship with Earl Radino when I was alive, At that time, many in his family had magical talents and were very devoted to Dora. After the Divine War ended, Hypophines ran rampant across the land. His family rallied various in the region and took the fight to them. Many fell in the battle like true nobility, and finally, the last of their line died for the country. Many years after that, I came across this old book. The Radino family had long since perished, so I bought it as a final memento to the Radino family and that era of honor. Wait, Radino? Shippy remembers this name from somewhere. We were at the cemetery behind White Ridge Temple. Carolina helped us find a secret passage. Go down from this tomb, follow the main passage, and you'll reach the interior of the temple. The inscription here says, "Here lies Carolina Radino, a maiden with a soul as pure as snow. May she forever sleep in divine light." Is this your grave? It is, so you don't need to worry about disturbing the dead here. I'll love it. Oh, Carolina's full name is Carolina Radino. In other words, she and her brother are both from the Radino family. Her brother? Her brother? Are you talking about the eldest grandson of the family, Callan? Yes, Carolina calls him her brother, but he doesn't seem to be that self-aware or know what's going on. Truly, even him. Who would have thought that such a devout and honorable family would meet such a fate? When I heard that there were Greyborn living near the temple, but I never expected they were the descendants of the Radinos. So this book, The Mage and the Adventurer, belongs to them. Do you need our help returning it? Will you give the book back to them? Yes, this book belonged to their family. I'm simply returning it to their original owners. Would you be so kind and lead the way? Yes. Yes, Carolina should have returned to the secret passage in the ruins of the manor. Let's go find her. Ah, the Radino Manor. How nostalgic. You all return to the ruins of where Carolina lives. Wake up, Callan. Callan? What happened, Carolina? Callan? What's going on? What happened? Why is Callan lying on the ground? Please help me. He suddenly fell and isn't moving. It's almost as if death has come again. Can Greyborn die again? Well, our bodies will slowly decay and turn to dust, but before that, time will wear away our emotions, consciousness, and memories. Everything we knew will fade into a blurry haze. In losing those we cherish, we also lose the capacity for love, and gradually our sense of self withers away. That is when death comes for us once more. Greetings. Who might you be? I don't believe we met before. Let's take a look at your brother first. Is he truly Callan? Callan Radino? Yes, do you know us? I'm his sister, Callan Radinov. I'm familiar with the Radinov name. Let's help him up. Redacted and I can check on his condition. His body is pure machinery. Is there something wrong with his parts? It's incredible that his body is made entirely of machinery. There's no flesh or blood at all. And you say he's really Callan, the heir to the Radinov family? What happened to him? Why did he become like this instead of being resurrected as a Greybone like you? Apologies, sir, but I don't know the details. I wasn't there to witness when he was turned into a golem, but I'm certain he's my brother, Callan. Even though he looked a little frightening when I first saw him, he called me by my nickname. Little Callie. So that is her nickname. Only my parents and brother ever called me that. That's how I knew who he was. Miss Carolina, we found a book with his nickname on its title page. Does it belong to you? Here's the book. The Mage and the Adventurer. This is the storybook that my brother gave me when I was a child. After I became a Greybone, I returned here to my home and discovered that many of our possessions were destroyed in the war. Where did you find it? At my estate. Good sir, you still haven't introduced yourself. Ludovic Walesa. You're Viscount Ludovic? I remember grandfather used to look out the garden and reminiscence about his youth. He always spoke of how he missed conversing with you over tea. Every time your name comes up, grandfather's name was filled with sadness. He often mentioned that you left too early. You were a very important friend to him. Eamon. Yes, even now, my memory of him has not faded. My time ended too prematurely, though Eamon's legacy lives on in you and Callan. It's heartbreaking that you became a Greybone and your brother a golem. It seems the gods have turned their backs on both lands and our kin. My lord, the gods have not forsaken us. Because of their mercy, even though my brother has become like this, he was able to stand by my side for hundreds of years. Right, so they've been around for like hundreds of years then, yes. For this, I am forever grateful. You are indeed a Radinov. Majesty redacted, and my lord Ludovic, if time has not stripped away your compassion, I beg you to aid my brother Callan. I wish he could wake up and call me Little Callie again. I have some understanding of magic that involves the soul and the human body, but Callan's soul inhabits a mechanical form. This surpasses my expertise. I know someone who knows mechanics. I know a guy. Majesty redacted, do you truly know someone who can help us? I just need to call up Hugin. Yes, Hugin is very proficient in mechanics and machinery. If anyone can discover what's wrong with Callan's body, it's him. Hugin? He's a highly skilled dwarf artificer and craftsman. He's one of our traveling companions and is very trustworthy. In that case, please invite him to the manor. I hope we won't scare him off. Then, let's go get Hugin as fast as we can, Magister. After receiving your message, Hugin quickly arrives. Ha! I hear there's a mechanical golem here. I need to take a good look. After careful and meticulous inspection, the casting on him is quite remarkable. His parts were all riveted together seamlessly. It's rare to see such fine work. Who created this work of art? I can see that the creator incorporated some of her dwarven concepts. One of my fellow dwarves must have participated in this creation as well. I think the golem was designed by my brother and his companions. My brother loved reading about new inventions and had many dwarven friends. That's interesting. My brother often spoke of the crucial role machines could play in the war against the Hypofiends, leading him to research and create golems with his friends. No wonder this was so well made. However, this big lad is too quiet. I could hear all sorts of mechanical sounds inside, but not a peep out of him. Why isn't he moving? From what I can see, there shouldn't be a problem. The gears are running well, everything is well lubricated. The person maintaining this golem is doing a great job. Although the power reactor is empty, he doesn't seem to be powered by any sort of energy I know. Wait, his power reactor is empty? Yeah, I opened it and there was nothing inside. Judging from the capacity, even if it was full, it could only stay operational for a week or two. Judging from the funny looks on your faces, I can tell you that you all know nothing about the structure of this big lad, let alone how to add energy to his reactor. I can hazard a guess that this golem was powered by magic, which is not my area of expertise. Can my brother ever wake up? From a mechanical standpoint, I can't give you a definitive answer. How could this happen? Callan, we spent so much time together. Are you really going to abandon me now? Oh, don't be crying, Missy. Thank you for your suggestion. Thank you for your suggestion, Master Hugin. Since it's related to magic, it's better to leave it to us. Then you all better comfort the child. I can't bear to see a little girl cry. I'll continue studying the big lad on the ground. Why is this compartment locked? Since Callan is powered by magic, maybe Ludovic, Magister can find a way to help. Great calling, magic. I want a golem in the future. I have knowledge of a sinister Gaborn magic that chains a soul to a mortal body. The anguish it causes varies, often leading to unbearable torment for the bound soul. I will try testing the soul in the body. What's the matter, Ludovic? It's nothing. I'm hoping that Radino's descendants isn't suffering that kind of torture. Callan, what happened to you? What did you find from your test, Ludovic? Do not let Carolina hear this. Bad news? It was indeed soul-binding magic, and it was performed hastily and roughly. The soul tethered to this vessel is on the brink of shattering. The pain of his soul is unimaginable. It's a miracle that such a broken soul could survive in such a body for so long. I think he's at his limits and can no longer hold on. How could this have happened? Who could do such a cruel thing? Could it be a Hypergean or one of their minions? You said that even when the you said that when the Hyperfiends invaded, the Radino family stood in the front lines of battle. Maybe after they broke into the Radino estate, they killed Callan and did this as a revenge. That sounds a bit doubtful. Hammy? Please say no more. You heard. We're just guessing, Carolina. Please don't be upset. No, thank you for informing me of the truth. For so many years, every night I've asked myself if it was enough to have my brother by my side like this. I watched him grow more silent by the day, and I knew that he would leave me one day. I was so afraid that I would be alone again. So I prayed every night for my brother to stay with me for one more day. And at dawn the next day, I would pray again and rejoice that the gods had answered my prayers. I didn't know that my brother had to pay such a terrible price for my selfish desires, and that he was trapped in such soul-wrenching pain all these years. So, I am grateful and implore you to help me atone for the sins I committed. Please help my brother find peace. How can we help? To have the dead die again. To bring peace to Callan's soul, we must discover a way to break the soul-binding enchantments placed on his mechanical form and set him free. If we do that, you two will never speak again. I am prepared for that, my lord. As you wish. While my knowledge of soul-binding magic is limited, I believe you find his real body and restore his soul to its rightful place. It will bring Callan much relief. Of course, even if you manage to do this, Callan's soul has endured such tremendous damage that his remaining life force would fade quickly, but he would at least find peace at last. That I can promise you. You need his body? After so long, can you still find it? I believe my brother's body is in White Ridge's temple. Why is he in the temple? Well, a lot happened between the time of my end and when I resurrected. Many people died during the war against Hyperfiends. Sometimes, only pieces of bodies were recovered. Upon my resurrection, I saw acolytes doing their best to collect them all. They were wrapped in linen and put into the church cellar. Thanks to our family's strong ties with White Ridge Temple, the remains of our kin were held apart from the others, providing future descendants the chance to retrieve them for a fitting burial. When I awoke, a long time had passed. The acolytes I knew in the temple were gone, and no one knew who I was. I'm a Greyborn, and Greyborns are not allowed in White Ridge Temple. So you weren't allowed to bury Callan. Callan is waiting at the temple. No wonder you seem so sad sometimes. So you weren't able to bury Callan. Here, the separation between the realm of the living and that of the dead is starkly apparent. Recently, some acolytes were brainwashed by Hypergeans, so the temple should be a mess right now. This time, they might not pay attention to us. This is our best chance to get inside and find Callan. Come on, Miss Carolina. We will help you find your brother so you can truly reunite. Thank you. I truly appreciate everything you're doing. When we went into the temple last time, I saw a few caskets in the antechamber. Let's go there and take a look. Oh, is she fine now? Leave this big lad to me. You all go and come back soon. There's still hyperfiends here. Let's deal with them.
Ah, a familiar battlefield.
The battlefield, a state of art.
The forest will always protect its children.
My brother might be lying here somewhere. Inside the coffin is a small skeleton in a curled up position. The bones look strong and yellowed, as if varnished. The burial items include a tattered cowhide bag and a few pieces of metalwork that had broken off. Is this a child? No, the bone structure indicates a dwarf, and a female at that. How come the remains of a dwarf are in White Ridge Temple? I think she might be my brother's friend, one of the people who helped him research and make golems. Sorry to disturb you, my lady. In a coffin, a tall body is wrapped in a ragged velvet robe that may have once been a brighter shade but has turned brown over time. Is that Callan? I recognize the dark pattern on his robe. It's Magister Agnes. Magister Agnes? The gods blessed her family with magical talent. When we were very young, our parents wanted to hire an experienced magister to teach us how to use our magic. That's how Magister Angus came into our lives. He was strict and very knowledgeable. My brother and I were always afraid of his ruler. Oh no! Are you too punished a lot? Magister Angus treated me fine. My punishments included more homework and a good scolding, but my brother, he's the heir of the family, so he faced harsher discipline. Our magister always said my brother's magical talents could match mine, so he needed to study harder, and he did. Callan would spend the whole day inside with his books, trying his best to complete every assignment. But in the end, he still faced the ruler. No amount of effort can surpass innate talent. For individuals without natural skills, striving to succeed in areas they're not out of that is an excruciating ordeal. But such is the burden of an heir. For Callan to uphold the Radino name, much had to be endured. A noble title becomes a heavy joke when it falls on certain people. Removing the top of the heavy coffin, a smell of decay and dust rises to the surface. The body in the coffin is incomplete. The left hand and left leg are missing. It's a horrible sight to behold. However, the movements of the coffin seems to have disturbed the creatures in the temple. Oh no.
Ah, a familiar battlefield.
The battlefield, a state of art.
Please, grant us eternal peace.
A victory worth celebrating.
It remains this now. Please, let me take another look. The parchment is too tattered for you to make out the words on it. After piecing it together carefully, you recognize some key phrases. Today, I'll answer your doubts about why I invested so much capital and money into deploying these deploying these machine servants, or as we call them, mechanical golems. Even though the creator has passed away, the mechanical golems can still execute commands as long as they have sufficient fuel. They are more loyal and reliable than any living beings you have ever encountered. I believe all of you have read the battle reports from the border region. As mere mortals, we are fragile and full of limitations. After we are gone, who will protect our beloved family and friends? I'm not a competent mage. I never have been. Maybe I don't look like a typical member of the Radinov family, but I'm trying to help and protect the people of the duchy in my own way. Little Callie is at the temple praying devotedly for the various guarding our borderlands. She is contributing to the war in her own way. I must do so as well. When she was a child, I invented a tale for her. A master mage created the world's most powerful golem for a frightened little adventurer, making her brave in the end. She smiled at me after hearing that story. This might not be the most ideal method, but it's the most efficient path I can take. I'll die eventually, but my creation will remain, forever protecting those I cherish. The remains are Callan. Callan? Are these Callan's remains? It's him. This has to be Callan. He stood a head taller than me, with broad, powerful shoulders. When I was little, he could hoist me up with one hand, so I could watch the nightingales in the trees. And now he lays curled up in such a tiny space, his head resting on a cold, unforgiving slab. Miss Carolina, the letter spoke of a great mage that made the most powerful golem in the world to help with Callie so she wouldn't be scared anymore. Did Callan write the mage and the adventurer for you? Yes. As a child, I was terrified of the dark and often cried, so my brother would write fairy tales to soothe me. In his tales, he was a powerful mage, and I was a little adventurer. He could do anything and always kept me safe. At 13, I left home to serve the goddess Dura at the temple. Meanwhile, my brother stayed behind with our father, handling paperwork and undergoing professional training to become a mage. However, my brother showed little interest in this. He much preferred organizing reading clubs and creating interesting inventions with his friends. Each time we corresponded, my brother's letters were accompanied by a list of new books he had read. In our last letters, he wrote about his new Dwarven friends and how they were inventing things that were going to change the world. But then, the hypothesis came like a tide. And afterwards, my memory of that time is hazy. Hypothesis broke into the temple, and I was injured. Amid the fires and screams, my brother came and took me away to the secret passage my family built. He said he would protect me like the great mage in the book, and told me not to look back and run all the way back to the manor. He promised our butler would take me to a safe haven. But suddenly, my surroundings turned cold, and thick darkness engulfed me. Was that the last thing you remember? No. I remember waking up for a moment. There was a huge explosion and sounds of flesh being crushed. Also, a piercing pain. At the end, I saw my brother before me. At that time, he had already turned into a golem. I was so scared, but he stretched out his hand and called me Little Callie. No matter how cold he felt or how he looked, I knew that was my brother Callan. Close your eyes and picture Callan as he was in life. That's the real him. My lord, for 2 millennia, the memories of my parents and relatives have been the answer for my sanity. You must learn to remember. Only this way can you sustain yourself. The people you miss will forever live in your grandest memories, bathed in the perfect light. Thank you, my lord, but I'll never close my eyes again. Because of my refusal to see what was in front of me, I brought torment to my brother's soul. Even if I have to be alone again, I wish for Callan's soul to rest in peace. Please help me bridge him back and free his soul. Please help me bring him back and free his soul. Bear with me a little longer, Callan. Oh, you're back. Did you find the boy's body? We did. Master Hugin, how is my brother doing? Oh, Missy, if I knew how to fix him, he would be here greeting you instead of me. It's alright. We brought back my brother's remains, and soon he'll find peace. I can use magic to extract Callan's soul from the golem and return it to his remains. He needs to return to the place from whence he came and proceed to where he belongs, so that his soul may find peace once more. This may require a medium. Indeed, to facilitate the soul's return to the body, it's essential to build a pathway and create a guiding bridge. Callan's most treasured possession can act as markers to lead his soul. By placing them in a formation, Carolina, being a blood relative, can call upon Callan's soul. That's all that's needed. His treasured possessions? Can you think of anything? Family honor means a lot to my brother. At his coming of age ceremony, my father gave him a ruby signet ring with a family crest engraved upon it. I still remember my father's words. From this day onward, you will officially represent the Radinov family. Your words will hold weight, and your actions will be scrutinized. Always remember your station, Callan. The moment my brother put on the signet ring, it marked his acceptance of the family's duties and obligations. Since then, I have never seen him remove it. If you're lucky, that ring should still be on Callan's hands. You all turn your attention back to Callan's remains, noticing a darkly gleaming ring on his withered right hand, seemingly encrusted with dry blood. Sorry to disturb you, Callan. Magister, please take the signet ring and place it beside the remains. I will attempt to guide his soul back. Oh, Bone's soul, heed the call of your kin and return to your rightful path. Callan, can you hear me? No response. Callan. Why isn't Callan responding to me? Perhaps the medium isn't important enough for Callan to awaken the remnants of his soul. If the family signet ring isn't important enough, what is? The value of a medium cannot be judged in worldly terms. A dying flower can hold more significance than a jewel if it's dear to the soul in life. Our home has been reduced to dust. After such a long time, I don't know what possession my brother left I don't know what possessions my brother has left. He left something just for you. The Mage and the Adventurer. But that's just a fairy tale he wrote for me when I was young. My brother loved books all his life and wrote much more important works, such as the Ducal Territory Act for the Archduke and the Song of Saint Elisa, which explored the history of the temple. There were so many other documents and books that I can't even remember. They were all piled high on his desk. Callan always said he was proud of the power of his quill. And some of his great creations have now just disappeared on the bitter winter wind. What he keeps with him is the most precious. Magister Merlin is absolutely right. What I hold dearest are my children, Hearthead and Whistler. If they left me, I wouldn't be able to go on. Even at the end of my life, they will stay with me until they're nailed shut in our coffin, until we're nailed shut in our coffin and buried in the earth.
Miss Carolina, we should really give it a try. It's Callan's love for you that kept his soul going for so long. Compared to one's duties, when a soul is about to die, it is very natural for a person to want to return to their family.
Callan. Magister, please take this letter and put it beside the Mage and the Adventurer. I hope Callan will respond back this time. Oh, bone soul, heed the call of your kin and return to your rightful path. I knew that wasn't enough for Callan. There still seems to be no response. These handwritten letters alone are not enough. What precious item could awaken his Callan's soul then?
Miss Carolina, did Callan leave behind any other important belongings before his death?
Nothing. He stayed with me after he was turned into a golem. We wandered around the snowy remains of our estate, but all that was left were broken walls and empty rooms. His past, my childhood, and everything we've been through, it's all gone. You and your memory film are still here. You wish for Carolina to act as a medium to bring her brother's soul back? She's not an object, she's a living being with her own soul. The magic for extracting and transferring souls is incredibly dangerous. If done incorrectly, it could cause irreversible harm to both Carolina and Callan. But is it possible? I haven't tested it on anyone, and I don't plan on it. My lord, please hear what I have to say. I honestly don't mind. In fact, I very much like to try. Your soul could be torn asunder, and you might endure unbearable pain just like Callan. This agony will embed itself in your soul, lasting beyond any eternity you can conceive. It's what my brother has been enduring, is it not? Yes, but Callan has already suffered. You're different. Your willingness to sacrifice yourself shows you're truly a Radino. Why must fate torment Eamon's descendants this way? I appreciate your concern, my lord, but how can I run away when I can now share his pain after making my brother suffer for so long due to my own selfish desires? Moreover, your cautious nature reassures me that you will strive to fulfill my and my brother's wishes. Let us leave him rest in peace. Let us have him rest in peace. Still can't make up your mind? It's maddening. It's maddening that the Radinos always choose to sacrifice himself. If you're prepared, Carolina, step in front of Callan and please, don't let me regret this. Thank you, my lord. Hera's bound soul. Hear me, Callan. Little Carly. Something's wrong. He's resisting the magic. Little Carly.
Ah, a familiar battlefield.
The battlefield, a state of art.
A victory worth celebrating.
What happened to Callan? He's not moving again. Some welded parts are smoking. We need to fix him up. Get out of the way, Missy. How could this have happened? Didn't Callan hear Carolina and start moving again? Callan's lingering soul fought against my magic. He resisted the return to his original body. The magic was causing his essence to tear, so I had no choice but to release him before it was too late. Unfortunately, there was still some adverse reaction to the magic. Why doesn't he want to return? Was the soul-binding magic so strong? As I reached for his soul, I could feel that Callan's will was stronger than the soul-binding magic. Essentially, he's still in control, and should he decide, the soul transfer could be completed. I just can't fathom why any tormented soul wouldn't seek peace. What is he clinging to? What is he clinging on to? Whoa, this fella? Everyone, come take a look.
What did you find, Master Hugin?
When inspecting the parts earlier, I discovered this golem had a locked compartment in its chest. After the explosion just now, the lock portion protecting the outer shell was broken, so I was able to get this little gadget out of his chest.
What is it?
This is a sound loom. It's an amazing invention created by my people to record sounds.
How does it work?
Well, the essence of sound is vibration. My people were able to quantify sound into different frequencies of vibration. By rearranging these vibrations with metal foil, we can reproduce them. That's how the sound loom was born. As long as the frequency recorder is intact, it can record sounds of the past, whether it's a century-old piano song or the cry of a newborn baby. How did it end up inside Callan's mechanical body? And you mentioned it can record all kinds of sounds.
Master Hugin, could it have recorded my brother's voice when he was alive?
Well, I haven't played it, so it could be anything. It's possible it recorded the last moments, but it also could be an engineering log left by the golem's maker or sounds from the war. Me and the speech loom had a little talk, though. It said that if it's for you, it's willing to reproduce the sounds of the past. So it's up to you, Missy.
Callan.
Do you want to try it? Don't miss this chance. You could hear Callan's last words.
Please play it, Master Hugin. Whatever the speech loom has to say, I'm ready.
The sound loom starts up. At first, only the slow clicking sound of gears and metal can be heard. However, the sounds gradually change and they start to sound more familiar. I need to run faster. Little Kali is still at the temple. She doesn't know Hyperfiends have breached the temple grounds.
Callan, this is my brother's voice. This was before he went to the temple to find me.
Kali, are you injured?
I don't know. I don't know. What happened?
Durable. Callan's voice is drowned out by the sounds of loud explosions, buildings collapsing, and falling debris. After these sounds, the howls of Hyperfiends can be heard, followed by rapid breathing and running sounds. Suddenly, there is a pause. The sound of a mechanical opening can be heard, and then something huge moves away. Kali, hide inside and run back home as fast as you can. Rigel will take you somewhere safe. Don't be scared, you'll be fine.
Don't leave me, Callan. The Hyperfiends are still out there. Don't leave me alone.
Kali, remember the fairy tale you read. Kali, remember the fairy tale we read. You're a brave adventurer, and I'm a great mage who can defeat any monster. Now run. Don't look back.
Callan. That was the moment we parted.
The sound loom continues to vibrate and hum. This time, you hear the bestial howls of pain and the sound of a sharp weapon piercing flesh. You hear breathing suddenly stop. It's deathly quiet. However, soon the breathing continues and becomes winded and painful. And becomes to become winded and painful? Kali, I am sorry. You wish to protect her also? We are indeed of one mind. My body can no longer move, but you can. You can continue protecting little Kali forever. Very well. Lift me up so that the gods may stand witness. I remember a spell from a forbidden tome long ago. Fate must be smiling at us. You have an immortal body, while I have a living soul. This will hurt. Oh, Dura, fix your eyes upon me. Let me stay with her. Until the end of time. There is a faint chanting of a spell followed by complete silence. No sound of the wind, nor crackling of fire. Then the sound of machinery begins to hum. Carolina. Carolina. Callan. He volunteered to be a golem. Callan kept his promise to you. Callan did not fall to Hypergean magic.
All of this was for Miss Carolina. Even if he had changed into his form and endure endless pain, he still wanted to protect his sister.
That's the reason his soul resisted. He didn't want to leave Carolina. However, if this continues, this is a temporary solution. It cannot last forever. Regrettably, Callan's soul has reached its limits. Despite his resistance, he cannot defy the laws of nature with sheer willpower. His soul is weakening rapidly. If left alone, his essence will dissipate within a few days, or possibly even hours.
How could this happen? We did our best and found his body. He just needs to return to it.
His original body cannot stay with Carolina.
I do not want my brother to suffer because of me anymore. I wish for him to find peace.
Can we somehow repair his soul? Repairing his soul could be an option, but I'm not sure if it's possible. Callan's soul was transferred to the golem too quickly, causing it to tear apart. It's possible that fragments of his essence still linger in his original body. If he could transfer these remaining fragments to the golem, he may be able to hold on longer.
Will my brother still be in pain?
The agony of a sundered soul will never truly fade, yet I believe he will find some relief.
In that case, I must decline. I can't bear to see my brother endure any more pain.
Callan! Is he trying to say something? I can't hear him clearly. That's mechanical language. He says he still wants to stay by your side. I think this all depends on Callan's own wishes.
Callan, do you still want to continue despite everything? Father and mother are gone, and even Rigel has passed on.
Carolina leans her head against the motionless golem, listening quietly as Hugin tries to convey what Callan is saying. After a long time, Carolina rises with tears frozen on her face.
My lord, my brother has decided. He wishes to stay in his body.
I will respect his decision. Match is redacted. Please aid in activating the spell. This time, everything will be in reverse. I'll transfer the fragments of the soul from the remains to that of the golem. I hope that this can give him some peace. Should I continue calling to my brother? Yes, as his most cherished relative, your voice must reach his soul. I understand. If that's the case, there is something I want to try. Majesty redacted. Can you please hand me the mage and the adventurer? Here you go. With this book, I will read aloud as we did in our childhood, but this time I'll read to him instead. It won't be him telling me a tale, but me sharing our story with him. Are you ready? Yes, my lord. Carolina picks up the book and clears her throat. Once upon a time, there was a little adventurer who dreamed of exploring every corner of Vesperia on her own 2 feet. Meanwhile, there was a great mage well versed in all spells in the world. He had a great sense of humor and a charming personality. On a dark, starless night, the great mage knocked on the little adventurer's door. I'll keep you safe, the mage promised. I'll use the magic to dispel all evil and clear every obstacle so you can have a joyful and safe journey. However, to his surprise, the little adventurer shook her head and said, I don't need your protection, Mr. Mage. My feet have crossed deep waters and been burned in cold frost. I have seen a lot, and I understand a lot. So, what do you need me to do? Asked the great mage. I need you to go on the journey with me, and we will face difficulties and obstacles together. We will climb mountains and cross rainbows, side by side, the little adventurer proclaimed. Callan's soul is reacting. After many adventures, they stopped at the end of the journey. There was a small stone house. There was a fireplace and some wood. They stretched in front of the fire and realized they were home. Carolina? Callan, you're awake. Command received. Stay with little Collie forever. Oh. Quest complete, the mage and the adventurer. In order to protect her sister Carolina, Callan chose to bind his soul to the golem forever, embracing eternal agony.
May the wind and frost unite as one. Every sword is a witness.
A witness of what exactly?
The forest will always protect its children.
A perfect battle with a glorious victory.
This is lagging pretty bad now, so might be a sign that it's about time to end this soon, but let's see. Yeah, it's getting kind of expensive to upgrade weapons now, so I may hold on off from that. Tile fish. Oh, nice. Permissive. From Soren's affinity, huh? What is he permissive of? Wandering fairy tale. Lofty. Eternal fairy tale. Unbound, what would that mean? Hateful. dreamy. Singing. That's from Norsen. Incognito fertile. Sorrowful. Sure. It can work, I think. Oh, I do still have this. Okay. The only problem is it kind of clips into the color. I guess it's not that terrible, so. There you go, that's cute.
Ah, a familiar battlefield.
Land of Blessing. I don't think that one's been unlocked yet. Nor this one, I think. I guess one of them may unlock Off-Shader Gerda's quest. But I will have to wait for later. Oh, I wonder if I can do this one. Well, I guess that's it for today.
Hey, you alright? Be more careful.
Goodbye.